light of this storm, a lot of you were asking us if there were travel bans in place.
Now, so what goes into that decision to issue a state of emergency declaration? And what does it mean and who's responsible for that? WSBT-22's Zach Crenshaw has been looking into this for us, and he's live in St. Joseph County with details on what he found.
Well, it was not an easy weekend for travel, Rick. A lot of the roads were snow-covered and slick, like the ones you see behind me, but crews did a good job of plowing the main roads to make sure they were passable. But when snow plow crews can't get out to those roads, then that's when things become an issue, and local officials have a tough call to make. Last winter, the roads were deserted, and not by choice.
It's really a matter of keeping the public safe, keeping them off the roads.
That decision is made by a number of people, but it starts with the National Weather Service of Northern Indiana.
Our full responsibility is to save lives, minimize loss, and we do that issuing watches, warnings, and advisories.
Those alerts help emergency managers make the final call on how to keep you safe.
State of an emergency happens when the resources that are locally available are no longer able to support the disaster.
Ed Rock is the emergency management director for Kosciuszko County. When severe weather hits, he gets a recommendation from the highway superintendent and then discusses what to do next with the sheriff.
Is how many accidents have happened, slide-offs, those type of things. And once we have got all of that information put together, I will go into the state website and change the status based on what our conversation has been.
Now here's that state website where you can see which counties are under what travel advisories. Now there are 3 different levels. Yellow, which you can see most of our areas under, means use caution on the roads. Orange, which you can see Jasper, Stark, St. Joseph, etc., means only essential travel. Then there's red, which restricts non-emergency workers from being on the roads at all. Now that red warning, which is extremely rare, goes into effect when a state of emergency is declared.
The declaration basically tells everybody, hey, we're done here. We cannot do what we would normally do.
And keeping you off the roads is in your best interests.
We can't come out there, dig you out of a snowdrift, and take you to the hospital. All right, we just do not have the resources to do it.
The decision to issue a county-wide state of emergency is tougher for more urban areas. John Antonucci is St. Joseph County's emergency manager.
We are the 5th largest county in the state of Indiana. Our population is close to 267,000 people.
He says a lot of factors play into their decision.
While quantity of snow certainly is one of those variables, we also have to look at the temperatures and wind speeds associated with the amount of snow.
Antonucci says 2014's polar vortex taught them some valuable lessons.
We cannot shut down an entire county that encompasses 2 cities. We have an obligation to our businesses, obviously, to be able to allow them to operate. Some businesses were significantly hindered by the state of emergency last year.
But when conditions are so bad that a travel warning or state of emergency is issued,
it is not a suggestion, it is a law.
Now, the reason that travel ban is a law is because in order for a state of emergency to be declared, the county has to get 1 commissioner's signature. Now, with just 1 signature, that new law can last up to a full week, Rick.
Yeah, and Zach, regardless of the situation, a lot of people worried about being ticketed on the roads. What did you find out about that?
Yeah, well, I asked emergency managers just how common tickets are, because if you are on the roads during one of those warning travel advisories, you can be ticketed. But they said that's pretty rare to see that happen, because most of the time when they issue that, conditions are so bad, people don't want to be out. And if you are out, it's usually an extreme emergency that, police understand.
All right, Zach, some really good information. Thank you.